Hi and welcome to Behind the Scenes in Photoshop with DM Photo. You're looking at a picture from Lamborghini Stockholm's showroom, and I'm going to show you exactly how this image was built and composited in Photoshop, of course with a lot of layers and adjustments. So we're looking at another exposure with natural light, and we have a lot of large windows, a lot of light coming in from the windows, making reflections on the floor, as well as strong lights in the ceiling, also reflections here. A lot of color cast from the cars, and we also have some darker parts of the image here. There's going to be a lot of retouching later on. We have some details here as well as here that needs to be removed. I also need to fix their other showroom in the background here later on. And of course I'm going to fix all these cars. So I started with this background layer because I liked how the floor looked like. Strong contrast, that was important. And then I'm adding some other parts. For example, I'm lighting this part of the showroom, and at that time I only had 2 flashes to work with. And the showroom is actually really huge, and the ceiling is low, so it was impossible to light the whole room in one exposure. So I had to do the best I could with my 2 flashes. So I'm adding different part. I'm adding another exposure for the Superleggera. And I'm adding another exposure for the, let me see, yeah, I'm removing some of the papers here, and I'm adding another exposure for the green Gallardo. As you can see, the layer mask. Also adding some light to the seats here, and I'm also adding some light to the platform. Then I'm fixing the back of the showroom. I'm adding some reflections here because it was really dark, so I wanted some reflections in the window. And I'm also adding this part of the image. I'm adding a layer with ambient lighting. And I'm removing some of the color cast, also on the floor. I'm adding some light to this part of the image. And I'm adding some another layer for the black Gallardo, and I'm removing the color cast on the windshield. And then we have some darker parts of the image here as well as here that I fixed with some layers, and this is basically, I think it's 12 layers put together. So let's move on to the next files. I copied everything and merged to a new PSD file. I'm then fixing the cars. I'm adding another layer for the Superleggera. I'm also adding a layer for the green Gallardo, fixing the lights in this part as well as the front. And then we have a look at the next file, and I'm fixing the cars, the colors of the cars. I'm adding some green with Gallardo as well as the Superleggera, a lot more contrast in color. And I'm fixing the front wheel as well as the stripe and also the light. So this is the end of part 1 of this video. Please watch part 2. Thanks.